Hello everybody, welcome back to Business Blaze. I'm your host Simon. Now, I don't like vodka. I heard that it's kind of all the same. I'm not really sure if that's true. I had Steve put us together a bit of an article on it. We're gonna go through it, we're gonna have a laugh, we're gonna learn a little bit about vodka, and we're gonna find out whether you can be saving some money by not buying expensive vodka. Oh, before we get started, if you have suggestions for future Business Blaze videos, this one was all me. I'd love to make your ideas. Comment below, upvote the ones you like. We'll go from there. Let's crack on with it, shall we? Vodka. A drink enjoyed by both oligarchs and factory workers. It's also top of the alcoholic pops in both America and Russia, and as well as around the world. I looked into this, and generally that is true. Obviously, like in some countries where they just drink a lot of a local spirit or whatever, that's not actually true. But in America, absolutely is. Vodka is the most popular. Surprised me. It's a big business, and a major part of that business is branding. On the shelves of your local supermarket or off license, you'll find the likes of Absolute and then some cheaper stuff. This sometimes has a label designed to fool you into thinking it's the more expensive kind. That's true, although we all know by the price that there's a dude just standing outside my window. What's up, man? But we all know, you can look at the price and see what's expensive. I don't know about you guys, when I was a student, I really don't like vodka, but I bought gin, and I really feel like the expensive gin is better. But I'm not sure if I'm just fooling myself. Maybe I could do like a follow-up on gin or other, we could do like a top 10 lies from the spirits industry or something. If that sounds fun, let me know below. But I would buy this, I bought this cheap gin as a student from like Tesco's value range. It doesn't even have a label, it's just like white with gin written on it. And I made some gin and tonics with this. I whipped them up. I have a couple. I'm not getting loaded or anything. I wake up the next morning and I've got an insane hangover. My head is exploding. And I'm like, oh, it's just a one-off. As a younger man, didn't really get hangovers very often. So the next night, I make another gin and tonic and I just have one. And then I wake up again, outrageous hangover. And so it's like, oh, yeah, the cheap gin, not a good call. You might ignore these marketing gimmicks and buy a brand you can trust. We don't blame you. The stories associated with low-grade alcohol are legendary, from weird allergic reactions through to blindness. I feel that's more just from really sketchy, vodka that you buy off some dude on the street rather than at a shop. I don't think regular vodka in the shop makes you go blind. Although a few years ago they did ban all spirits here, sale for a week because there was some tainted alcohol or some fake alcohol. Someone had got a shipment of fake Smirnoff or whatever and people were going blind. But the question is, are you, the consumer, blind to the truth about vodka? Another side story here. I don't know how it is in America, but in the UK, methylated spirit, which is that purple stuff that you put in a camping stove or whatever, I think that contains ethanol or alcohol or one of those things, but the one that definitely makes you go blind. So in the UK, they put this stuff in it, which makes you, when you drink it, you throw it up. So the homeless people won't go buy the meths because it's super cheap and get drunk on it, and because then they go blind. But they found out that if there was something in tomato ketchup, that if you mixed it with a methylated spirit, it wouldn't stop you from going blind, but it would neutralize the chemical that made you want to throw up when you drank it. So homeless people would steal all the ketchup sachets from McDonald's, put it into the methylated spirit, shake it up and drink it, and that is a disgusting story. We're asking a fundamental question about this much-loved booze. Are all vodkas created equal? Whether you're spending small change or major sums, is what's in the bottle significantly different? To provide an answer, we have to go back to the history of vodka, which is cool because we both get to look and think about vodka. I guess Steve is a fan of vodka. Me thinking about vodka, I'm like, ugh. And if you can't stand the stuff, stick around. Cool, because you're going to learn something interesting anyway. No one actually knows where vodka originated. A lot of people associate it with Russia, but there are also connections to Poland. One thing we do know about vodka is that it comes from plant matter. Yeah, specifically those high in either starch or sugar. It'd be weird if it came from something else, like animal matter. Ooh. That's a niche market. For example, potatoes can be used by boiling and mashing them with some grains. I think I used to think that all vodka was made with potatoes, but generally it's not. The mash is then strained and fermented with yeast. If you leave that in warm conditions for a few days, the carbohydrates from the potatoes become ethanol, which, in case you don't know, is a liquid and a key ingredient of all booze. Indeed, it's the stuff that provides the fun time. The ethanol is heated so it can condense, and that is the basic process of making vodka. We're not distillers. That's right, Steve, we are not. So do not treat this as an official guide to vodka production. I don't think anyone would think that. If this was the world's official guide to vodka production, you're all screwed. Seek professional guidance before embarking on that journey. Or don't. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like in a lot of places, you can't just distill your own stuff. You can brew your own stuff, but I think distilling's often illegal because it can make you go blind. With all due respect to vodka manufacturers, making it is the easy part. Where it gets complicated is the sales pitch. The way some of these labels are worded, you'll think vodka was a complex product requiring in-depth knowledge to tease out the different aspects of the beverage. There's talk of particular vodkas having their own flavor, though doing things like infusing the mix with herbs. Well, that's not really making the vodka, that's like just infusing it with herbs. But you do read like, what is it, like triple distilled on the front of a Smirnoff bottle? I don't even know what triple distilled is. What does that even mean? Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I drink vodka, and I've never tasted herbs, then you're right. It's reportedly impossible for vodka to have a special flavor. How do we know this? Well, it all boils down to one small yet important detail, and that's the law. I don't know if I'd describe the law as a small and important detail. It's like, oh, don't worry, I just murdered him. Oh, what have I got to worry about? The law? That's just a small and unimportant detail. This is US specific, but the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms and Explosives all rolled into one, the code states, vodka must be distilled or treated until it is without distinctive character, aroma, taste, or color. This is super interesting. Now we're getting somewhere. Different countries have different bodies that oversee alcohol, with the World Health Organization acting as a global watchdog. But as the Bureau makes clear, the rules and regs go much further than flavor. They sort of demand that vodka be as bland a drink as possible, and while you couldn't describe vodka as completely without taste, we can all agree that it isn't exactly a treat for the taste buds. I feel like some do taste a little better. I don't know why. Maybe it's probably just the marketing. Let's see where we go. So where does the idea of premium or super vodka or super premium vodka come from? Premium wasn't enough, you gotta go super premium. It all happened because of an American businessman called Sidney Frank. If you don't know who he is, then you'll probably recognize the vodka brand that he made his fortune from, Grey Goose. I know that Grey Goose. People talk about Grey Goose being good. He was well known for turning Jägermeister, that's another one I know, from a boring German liquor into a student party drink in the 1970s. And it was definitely a student party drink when I was a student. How did he do this? Because he was a marketing genius. That's how. He'd been selling alcohol for years and he knew how to shift it in large quantities using attention-grabbing techniques. When he got his hands on vodka, he managed to convince consumers that he was offering the world's finest variety, which had been developed over in France. Famous for their vodka, France. Frank launched Grey Goose in the 90s when he himself was in his 70s. Talking to Inc. magazine, he revealed the strategy behind his brilliant dollar brand, and we got a quote. I'm just going to read it. The big selling, hopefully I'll get through it without interrupting it to say something stupid. The big selling high-priced vodka at the time was Absolute, which was $15 a bottle. I figured, let's make it very exclusive and sell it for $30 a bottle. I said, France has the best of everything. I asked the distiller there whether he could make vodka, and they said, sure. We took $3 million, which was going to be our total profit for a year, and we put it into advertising. We made big, beautiful ads that listed Grey Goose as the best tasting vodka in the world, and we indoctrinated the distributors and 20,000 bartenders, and when somebody would come in and say, what's your best tasting vodka? They said Grey Goose. This is incredible on so many levels. He just thinks, France has got a good name. Let's go to France and ask them if they can make vodka. Just some random dude. Can you make vodka? And then we'll market it as like amazing French vodka. And then he got everyone to think that it was great, when it's just not, apparently. There's no denying the sheer savvy of Sidney Frank. Absolutely not. He seems like a bit of a legend. If it wasn't for the bold actions of this one individual, we might be seeing and drinking vodka a whole different way. We'd be spending a whole lot less money, that's for sure. It appears all vodkas really are created equal. But is there a reason to stop buying these so-called top brands? Whether you see premium vodka as a triumph of marketing over common sense, I would say so, or a genuine product to be savored like a fine wine, I would not say so. The choice ultimately lies with the consumer, and consumers certainly love their brands. If someone is seen drinking super premium vodka, then chances are they're a super premium person. It's a powerful concept, and one that probably won't be dying out anytime soon. I like that. I like the fact that kind of vodka's all fake. Let's get into some bonus facts. Ultra Pure dispatches mass-produced, it's a company, and I looked up their website. It's incredible. I think I will order, I probably can't get it shipped internationally. This Ultra Pure website has basically, it's just super generic versions of different spirits, and it'd be like 5-year-old aged whiskey, or like ultra simple vodka, or like 17 times distilled vodka. I'd really like to get a whole bunch of it and do like a business plays video trying it all out, or like a blind testing and embarrass myself at how how ridiculously hard it is to tell. If you'd like to see that, comment below. I can't promise it'll be possible, but it'll be fun. Ultra Pure dispatches mass-produced vodka concentrates in bulk to companies. Vodka brands protect their recipes, but it's possible they simply buy this concentrate, water it down, and stick a label on it. And it does seem like a ton of companies buy just the concentrated vodka from this place and do just that. Like, maybe they add the herbs to infuse it or something like that, but that's it. Another bonus fact. Have you ever been approached in a bar by an attractive young woman? No. Offering free booze samples? Yes. If you have, then that's all down to Sidney Frank, starting with the so-called Jaegerettes. He pioneered the popular and non-PC idea of women dispensing drinks and not wearing very much. Thank you, Sidney Frank. Sidney Frank's a legend. And then we just got sauces. Thanks, Steve. This was a good one. I enjoyed myself. I hope you did as well at home. This one was my idea. If you've got a business plays idea for me, let me know in the comments below. Upvote the ones you like. We'll make them. We'll have a good time. I really want to do that vodka tape, the vodka and the whiskey tasting one. That'll be a fun time in the office. Let me see if that's possible. Let me know if you want to see that. Hit me up in the comments below. As always, I'll see you next time.